So, things. Welcome to Born to be Wild. This is a campaign set in Wildemount from the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, a campaign setting written for Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons and Dragons, whatever, by Matthew Mercer, and used in Critical Role's Campaign 2, which is where it was used before it was written for the thing. My name is DarkInsanities. I show up here a lot. I play a socially awkward tiefling called Pelaios. He's a sorcerer. I exist on the internet at Twitter, not at Twitter, that's its own account, at DarkInsanities on Twitter. Vixie, this is your 3-person warning. Hi, Frici.
Hi, I'm Frici. I play a timid traveler called Belanor that is forcelessly, and I stress that, forcelessly accused of being a pyromaniac.
It's true, don't even try and deny it.
Forcelessly accused. And I almost never tweet, but I appear here every Tuesday to deny that accusation.
And burns shit to the ground every time.
Yes.
Frici also exists on Twitter at Frici_TV. He forgot to say that bit because he was busy denying being a pyromaniac while setting things on fire. Hi, Dave.
I'm Dave, or itsDave. It's whichever one you choose to be. I exist primarily every day, 24/7 on Twitter. We're at It's Colossus, which is confusing, but we'll go past that.
Well, we know.
I spend a lot of time on Twitch as itsDave, and I'm Vakhuil on wheel, and I'm somewhere between the parent figure and the insane midget that will try and get everything and everyone to attack him.
I had a joke there, and then I sort of just gave up with it because, yeah. Hi, Vixie.
Hi, I play Lisana, Human Ranger. I am on Twitter at rsVixieRose.
Hi, Rocky.
Hello, everybody. I'm everything else in this world, including the many, many drow you're going to see quite soon.
Yay! Also, kudos to Vixie for having everything all prepared for her introduction this time. Was it the warning I gave you, or was it just that you were prepared this time? Yeah, Rocky's the only one that's surviving the first 2 rounds of combat today. That's how that's going.
At least we've got help.
I'll probably survive the first 2 rounds.
If we've got help, we're also up against 4 Ballets and 8 Drow. So, anyway, we have a Discord server, which is like that link there. There are dedicated channels for talking about Dungeons and Dragons as well as other stuff. We're not really doing episode roundups, we're sort of doing chapter roundups. So we've got a roundup of like the first chapter, which was when we got to level 3, and once we've all been killed, we'll have a second chapter saying, and that was all that they wrote. So that's the thing. There's a YouTube, which you can playlist for all of these episodes, except this one, because this one hasn't happened yet. Last episode went up on Friday. This one will go up this coming Friday. It's very consistent. If you do exclamation campaign, you'll get a link to the playlist for that. I could say I'm working through chapters on each video. I've done one of them badly, and I haven't done anything with the others at all. I'm apparently obligated to tell you all to please consider liking, favoriting, and subscribing to the channel, and so on and so on. We are using DnD Beyond for our character sheets. You'll see that on the overlay down the side of the screen. The commands that Vixie was putting in chat earlier all go to those pages as well, and there's a list of them in Discord. So that's the thing. And then we're using Roll20 for the thing you see on screen. All of our rolls, all of that stuff is happening there. Whoa, we're actually in the game. There are no alerts making noise. There's nothing visible on screen. And for the most part, we will ignore chat verbally. We might type in chat, but we're not going to verbally pay any attention to any of you. Which brings us to the rules. Rule number 1, the DM is always right. Rule number 2, players can try to change the DM's mind, but the DM is still always right. Rule number 3, viewers are not players and don't get to argue. Hi, Rocky.
Hello. I guess it's time. Get your zooms, get your dice. Time to roll some initiative.
Is it not like a recap time? Are we not doing that anymore?
No,
I mean,
we're too busy
I'm
dying.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the little recap here is. Wow, that's a lot of drow.
Accurate. I mean, if you want, we can ask Rocky to roll his own initiative, and when he gets to do the recap in this combat, that could be fun. My character sheet was not open for some reason. There we are. Vixie. Dave's apparently rolling.
Why did it roll 2? I have it on normal right now.
Because you have the warning rune.
Oh, right. I just roll on advantage by default. Right, that's right.
That's what, the highest initiative you've had all game? Oh,
yes.
For fuck's sake. Hold on, that dice looks cocked on my screen. It looks like it's balanced on the edge.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, maybe that's just me then. Yeah, fair. Oh, great. I'm gonna be dead before I get to take a turn. This is gonna go well.
No, okay, you have to add that. Lost focus is neglected.
You're not gonna go last. All the enemies rolled lower than you, Dark. Would you look at that lucky duck?
Wow, I rolled higher than the bad guys with an 8. I mean, I rolled a 5 technically, but dexterity is a thing.
But yeah, I think before combat, the Dave got to get his oath, and for his first assignment, he is helping some other monoliths on a caravan down to Blade Garden. But in the middle of the night, as our sunlight-sensitive drow are wont to do, would you look at that? A raid.
Oh yeah, question. What is the light? Are we qualifying this as darkness or low light?
It is darkness, but everybody here has dark vision, so...
Yeah, I know, but I had relevant things I wanted to drop.
Yeah, it's pretty much nighttime.
Neat.
Bit after sunset. But yes, that's Lisana. You go first.
First thing I'm gonna do is cast Hunter's Mark on the one nearest to me, and then try to shoot it with the bow.
I hope not the big iron beast.
Because other people are after them.
I hope this one, because the big iron beast will destroy every single one of us.
Not exactly iron, but it's a big old land shark.
It might as well be iron for the amount of damage we're going to do to it.
We were told at the end of last session that the other people were taking those on, so...
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all might be able to take one? Huh? Say what?
I can't ping anything.
I think it's left hold click, there. As long as you have the arrow. But I saw the closest one, that one there. .23 you'll definitely hit. 9 damage. As the arrow slips in between some of the chitinous plates that this soldier is wearing, dealing a hefty amount of damage. And there's a curse at you in Undercommon, because you hit him.
Which none of us understand, because our ears would be turning red if they did, probably.
Indeed. This is not a helpful formation by any stretch.
Yeah, especially not for our spellcaster at the back.
It's probably fine. No, it's not. I'm dying. I mean, in fairness, we weren't really expecting, the most warningly be the ground rumbling slightly. We were expecting an approach from land where we'd have time to react.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Surprise indeed. And I think for this round, I'm gonna try to hit this guy.
Okay.
And I will be doing so by freezing his ass. So Belanor will be trying to frostbite the over here.
Frici's going all in on proving he's not a pyromaniac today.
Alright, DC 13, con save. That is a flat all 3.
That tells us a few things about them.
Means I actually have a chance.
That's con save, not
Maybe.
wisdom save.
Yeah.
All that tells us is that Constitution is 10 or 11.
Ending there. Actually, yeah, we'll be ending there.
Alright, now it's the rest of these folks' turn.
You can tell we're a dwarf when they charge directly at the Wilde. It takes a special kind of crazy.
Why is there a yellow square around my character right now?
Marked for death. I don't see a square around your character. So I think
I do.
I think you're imagining things.
There's literally a yellow square around my character.
I don't see anything around your character.
Let me
You're
refresh.
special, Dave. Meanwhile, we
Oh,
have-
Dave! It's your turn.
No, it's
If
not.
you roll over the turn order, it highlights the
Oh.
token.
Take
That's
your,
what you see.
take your mouse off the initiative order then. That'll do it.
Oh, that's what it is.
So we have a bunch of apparently crazy dwarves charging directly towards Belats. Better than Belats, I suspect.
Is that a D20 plus 8?
That's a +8. I think you want to be friends with these dwarves, Dave.
Yeah. I think they're about 4 levels above me. Maybe 5.
That one's only a +2. You know, when you're getting a roll to hit of 27 this early in the game, even though it's not actually us rolling with 27, it's sort of like, yeah. I mean, I can hypothetically roll a 26 if I hit a natural 20, which is still pretty damn good. It's like, that's
It is, yeah.
27 and you didn't even crit with it. That was very nearly a 1. That's a 1. It's just less bad of a 1. Dave, make your move.
Rocky, were you supposed to talk about those attacks, by the way?
Because if you were, you haven't said a single thing for that entire turn.
I forgot to press buttons.
would you like to casually narrate what just happened in a...
Okay, Nerdin threw a hammer, missed. Golgaz tried to bring down a sacred flame, the bullet died. Arlem shot a crossbow bolt, hit. And then Mikul said a single word in Dwarvish, the Dwarvish word for ignite his hammer, going on fire, and hit the bullet with a fiery weapon.
Cool.
I love Mikul.
That's a 50% hit rate, which is still better than Dave's lifetime total.
Yep.
So
We need like an exclamation point stats here.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna stand roughly in the middle of these two groups, and I'm gonna point my shield into the air, and my shield will start to glow, and out of my shield comes a fairly big dragon that seems to be pulling on every single drow that's in this radius.
Alright, I guess I gotta make some wisdom saves.
DC 11. Well, that one saves. Well, that one saves.
Well, that one
Well,
saves.
that one saves. Okay.
Wow! Your
Well,
hit rate is unimpaired.
You kind of gave them a 45% chance of success right there with your spell saves. It was a coin flip each time.
It tells us something about their stat block, whatever.
And
That's funny.
as a reaction, what you see happening is that dragon that seemed very powerful and seemed very hopeful in forcing these people to stay near Vakhuil starts crying a little bit and returns back into the shield. That's my turn.
Pelaios!
We're getting much closer to that 2-round TPK now.
Oh yes.
GG Dave, you got us all killed. I blink and start muttering, and I need to double check exactly whether this needs material components or not. No, it does not. That's good. I blink and start muttering, hold out my hand in front of me. And a darkness flows out of my hand, and sort of stretches out into the shape of a vaguely ghostly sword, which just gets, for want of a better way of putting it, fuller and fuller and fuller of shadow until it sort of looks just more solid than most solid things. I don't know, I lost the sentence there. And then I'm like, oh, good. Is this actually what works? And then I'm going to throw it straight at this one. Actually, no, hold on. Is that behind partial cover because of the size of the bullet?
Nah.
No. Okay, yeah.
You're on top of a horse too.
Oh yeah, that's true. I am mounted still. Yeah, I'll throw it at that one, man. Which takes my action and my bonus action. How do you want me to roll for that? Because it doesn't really exist as a thing.
Let's see. It says it counts as a simple weapon, light thrown properties. When you use the sword to attack in dim light or darkness, it is it's technically a spell attack roll.
Is it a spell attack roll?
It is.
Get it. So that's at advantage because we're in darkness. Because Shadow Blade. So hold on. At advantage. I'm glad that was at advantage.
Oh yeah, 24. Very nice.
Do I hit?
Yeah.
Oh, good. And that's I can click cast at what level? Now you're asking me? 2. That's some standard. And 5 psychic damage.
As the blade sort of whistles and just sort of passes through them, but it seems to sort of mentally shock them in some form of way, as after it passes through them at the end of your turn, the blade does dissipate.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
At least you can resummon it.
That's true, and I'm also, as a bit of my movement, going to move just a bit back over here. I think that should be... Hold on, let me check how much I just moved. Yeah, that's fine. I will move just back there, which is now exactly 30 feet away from that person I just lobbed a sword at. It's not a dagger, lobbed a sword.
A whole sword.
Which went straight through a dark elf's head. Basically. Fun times. This is really confusing now because it says Dark's turn on the chat box, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming.
Yep. I'll get a charisma saving throw ready, shall I?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be able to save you. Yeah.
Oh, come on, there's only 4 of them.
Okay, with everyone moving, we will have a short sword and a crossbow shot on Pelaios.
Yay! I should really have cast Mage Armor first, never mind. It's probably fine. You know what it's going to be? It's going to roll a 15.
Don't you always pretty much have it cast the first of the day anyways?
I mean, I'm happy to retcon that.
I'm pretty sure we can retcon, you know, that dealy-dilly.
I totally did that.
I'm pretty sure we decided that like 3 sessions ago.
Probably true.
Pretty
actually.
much, yeah.
Probably true, given how generally terrified and panicked I am. That's totally what we did.
That works.
Alright, short sword.
It's going to roll exactly a 16 and make no difference either way. What did I say? Fuck my life.
Sing yourself.
Called up.
3 damage, and then the crossbow bolt.
3 damage. And 3, nope, it's 5 damage.
And I'll actually need a couple of concentration checks from you since you're taking damage. Thankfully, it's just DC 10.
Never mind,
that's not gonna help
It's the first.
Well, you no longer have concentration over Shadowblade after getting stabbed.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And additionally, I also need another con save from you after you get hit with the crossbow bolt.
Oh, great! We're just going down. Roll a 6, then roll an 8. No, roll a 6. Then a 5.
As you as you are hit with the crossbow bolt, you feel a rush of pain, but then your eyes start to flutter and you go unconscious.
Oh, good.
Do my hit points hit 0, or do I just go unconscious?
Oh no, you just go unconscious.
See that? I can't even survive without getting killed.
Okay, let's see. Next we have a couple crossbow bolts towards Belanor.
Ouch.
Oh.
Oh.
Ouch.
That's an ouch and an oh.
That's a very ouch, yeah?
Just
So
for
about that
once,
TPK.
just for once, I'd like to get through a fight without ending up unconscious.
And I'll need the con save, Belanor.
I need my channel divinity again. Can I reset it?
Nope.
Yeah, after a rest. Just ask them to give you an hour.
Okay. And the second con save.
For me again?
Yeah, again, let's
Ow.
Belanor, you also go unconscious.
I said round 2. We haven't finished round fucking 1 yet.
No, that's very true.
And we're already half down.
Alright, 2 attacks on Vakhuil.
No. Fuck. 6 damage? Oh, okay.
Yep, just 6. And then a couple stabs at Lisana.
So I don't take a constitution save, or am I just immune to it?
The crossbow
Oh, no,
bolts
no,
are
it's, yeah,
what's
it's
causing
the
the-
crossbow bolts, yeah,
You haven't been shot, you've
Okay.
just been, repeatedly stabbed.
stabbed. And a couple
No?
misses at Lisana.
Well, it's nice to be Lisana, apparently.
Ghibli is good at what Ghibli does. He is keeping her safe.
Alright, let's see. Those are the Dark Elves.
Now we all get
Now for the
bored and
bullets.
nommed on by bullets, because why the fuck not? Going a bit chat out the side.
I assume those are also supposed to be narrated after.
Do I keep forgetting to press the button again, or is he just rolling everything?
Oh no, I was just rolling en masse and then doing damage after. So each of them will sort of move to one of the monoliths, and it is only Gogaz who does happen to get bitten.
I mean, he's basically what, the size of a shoe toy at that point? Compared to the bullets?
Oh!
That's a lot
That's
of...
4 dice.
That's 4d12s. That's a lot of potential damage. Hey Dave, thanks for bringing your friends along to get eaten by
Round
bullets, or-
2!
Round 2, half of us down.
I'm attacking the same one with
Two
a
should go.
shot.
Gee,
And there's nothing I can do to save either of you.
That will miss.
No, not really.
I mean,
Noted.
vague question.
Mm.
2 appearances. Have we been killed, knocked unconscious, or have whatever, or have we been just like can they can the other two tell that we've basically just been sleep darted or whatever, or are they
Pretty much you've been sleep darted, yeah. It's pretty much you can see, yeah.
They're not going, oh shit, and bleeding out. Okay.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, Belanor, you are currently unconscious.
I have a question, actually.
Yes.
He's an elf. Elves can't be put to sleep.
Magically.
He has a point, yeah.
I don't know what effect is being used, so whatever, but an elf cannot be put to sleep.
Doesn't it specifically say magically, though?
Yes, elves can't be magically put to sleep.
Okay.
And it's not sleep, it's unconsciousness.
I wasn't sure if it was sleep or what, but I thought I'd raise that one because...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's a knockout dart.
Yeah.
Alright, so yes, Belanor, you are still technically unconscious.
I tried.
Yes, which doesn't leave me with many options.
Nay. Which leaves you with a tourney.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
We don't even get given the option to roll to not be unconscious. So
No.
I'm so offended right now.
Alright, what do we got here? Alright, what are we gonna do here?
Die in agony.
I hope Mikko is looking at his buddy with 4 drow around him. That's really what I'm hoping for right about this point.
The two of them were shooting at the alpha. It's probably fine.
Alright, thankfully this is actually pretty easy. Gogaz disappears in a puff of mist and comes next to Pelaios and just gives him a smack of the side. Get up! So Pelaios is no longer...
awake?
Yep.
Oh,
As,
it does work as well.
yep.
That's nice.
Yes, it does work.
That makes me happy.
Let me see.
You're still probably off the horse, just so you know that.
If I was unconscious, I technically fell prone, so I assume I fell off the horse and hit the floor.
You were in the stirrups, so you're fine.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. I'm just...
How did this short horse smack him on the head if he was on a horse?
Because he just, gave him a shake by the leg.
Okay.
As long as there's some jostling.
Dave is now trying to find excuses as to why I'm still unconscious. Was it something I said?
Alright, let's see. Mikko will hold his hammer aloft. Speak a few words.
Side note, I approve of Misty Step.
Holy mother of God.
I thought Mikul was male, but yeah, sure.
And there is a wave of healing to Belanor, Pelaios.
Is that
Vakhuil.
15 healing each?
Mm-hmm, each,
Yes.
yeah.
I'll take it. That's more.
Was it on me as well?
Yeah, it was on you as well. That's the third, and let's see.
More than my maximum
Yep.
points.
It's Gogaz, and... Yes, that's as many as he can hit. Alright, Nerdin is going to make an attack, as well as Arlo. Arlem's the only one that's going to hit as he fires his crossbow in the melee. And he seems to be very good at it.
Okay.
He's probably had very specific training for it.
D10 crossbow. Why the fuck not?
That is the NPC's turn.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and smack this one. I'm not gonna choose where I'm gonna hit. I'm just gonna hope I hit. No.
Next time, choose.
That was my turn then.
Pelaios, it is
wait,
your turn.
Wait a second. Can I say bonus action Shield of Faith real quick?
Yes, that you can.
Yeah.
Pelaios, it is your turn. You're awake, but you feel sick. You are poisoned.
Oh, good. That's wonderful. Poison. That is... Where's poison on this list? Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Wonderful.
Correct.
Right. I will cast... I'm just sort of scowling. Some things I'd quite like to cast, but I'm not going to. Firebolt at...
That will be at disadvantage.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not casting anything important. The one nearest me, because it's nearest me.
Okay, yeah, and that would have been at a disadvantage anyways.
Yep. Like
That's one roll.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
Of course, so it's 2 rolls, isn't it? Duh. Wow, I know which one we're taking.
Miss. Yeah.
Yep, that was the thing. No bonus actions I want to take right now, so I will end my turn if I can find a button. There we are. Which brings us to all of the death. Don't worry, we haven't survived round 2 yet. We're fine.
We haven't even started round 2 yet.
No, this is round 2.
Yeah, this is round 2. Oh, good.
You can get in. Yeah. Yep, on one of them. Your choice.
I'm gonna try and hit one to the back of the shins.
Which one? There were 2 that moved away.
The one that was... Well, never mind.
Well, Mikkel will also be making the attack roll.
At least we have one dwarf who can do stuff.
There's something wrong with my dice, I swear to God.
Wow.
Glad I'm not awake enough to actually roast you for that.
Blame the dice, sure.
Alright, Belanor, you will take some damage. I'm just double checking on something here. And because you are unconscious when you got hit here, it does count as a critical, so
Oh, good.
Woo!
But upon being hit, you are also woken up. You are no longer unconscious. as the other drow is going to try to give a stab on you.
Well, that's a wake up.
Eyes open to the incoming blade. See, that's totally cocked on my screen.
That's totally cocked on my screen too, yeah.
I mean, it's a 5 or a 6 for the looks of it. I think you'd prefer the 5, all things considered, but...
Yeah.
Came out as a 5 via the roller, but okay, that's those two. You are basically down to 1 hit point, Belanor.
Woohoo!
Now for a couple of attacks on Vakhuil.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
No. No.
Pair of attacks on Lisana.
I'm not getting hit with a 20 fucking 1.
16
hit.
and 17, just the other 17.
Must be nice being a person of a decent armor class.
-7. And I think because of how things are going here, yeah, we're gonna have 1 stab at Pelaios, but then another stab at Gogaz.
Can that be one which attacks a dwarf? Oh, never mind. Doesn't make any difference.
I mean, if you want the previous one.
There's
Here's
no
yours.
difference either way. I can survive 7 for now.
Okay, Bullets.
Is it bad that I'm expecting a name there, so I read that as Tamed as opposed to Tamed?
Okay, so it is Nerdin and Mikul who are hit this time.
That's way
Jesus
too many dice!
Indeed. That's a lot of dice.
It wouldn't be as bad if they were like D4s or D6s. That's a lot of dice. Bullets are nasty fuckers.
They are.
Yeah, that
Be
first
glad we're
roll
not
would have
taking
killed me in one shot.
Yeah.
That first roll would have downed me in one shot.
Downed or killed?
Downed.
I mean, either of those would have killed me.
Yeah?
Actually, no. I would just have survived for 27 by 1 point. From full health, I would just have survived.
Fair.
I'd be at -13.
Lisana, it is your turn.
I'm going to yeah. I can't talk today. I'm going to try and attack with the bow again.
Well, do remember that shooting a bow in melee does cause disadvantage.
Do you get advantage because it's Hunter's Mark? I can't remember what it does off the top of my head.
No, Hunter's Mark just gives like
Just
an
the
extra damage.
Okay, I couldn't remember what it did entirely. That would be nice.
Ah! Well,
Well?
that was almost a crit.
That moment when you roll disadvantage and get 19 anyway. Why couldn't I have done that with my one earlier?
12 damage. Which one are you hitting? The one below?
The one that I already hit once, yeah.
Yep, that will get rid of that one.
1 down!
1 down, 7 to go.
We survived the first 2 rounds, though.
Belanor!
Right. I assume she can hear me saying in Sylvan, someone finally hit something before I also try to heal myself with few wounds, which I should be casting here as a second level spell. I don't know. Oh.
Uh, 8 healing.
Maybe I should have let you keep that potion after all.
Yes, I have a slight feeling that McCall's gonna make sure Pelaios and Belanor don't die.
I'm
don't
fine
think
with
we can
this.
do much else in this round. So I guess. Actually, no.
Do you have no bonus actions?
None that I can kindly use. Unless I misremember something.
Healing word's the only one you have off the top of my head, which is another spell, so you would have to be a cantrip instead, or you'd have to use a cantrip.
Mm-hmm. But it's only a bonus action, yeah. Left and.
Yeah. So I can only end my turn here.
Alright, let's have the attacks of the monoliths first. Ah! Well, there's Nerdin.
I'm fine with this.
Gogaz will actually be taking a smack at one of the Dark Elves, seeing that you're having a bit of trouble. Arlen making another shot. Mikkel making a swing at one of the Dark Elves near Vakhuil. As well as... what do we got? Within... as well as saying a quick mass healing word.
I'm a fan of mass healing words, not gonna lie.
That is 12 healing for everybody.
I'll take it. Oh, I just managed to overheal myself.
Congratulations.
There we are. Apparently, if you do plus 12 when you already have 7, it just immediately assumes you're getting that as temporary hit points. Which, you know, would be nice, but it's not how that spell works.
Probably no.
Alright, and that was hitting Lisana and Belanor, Pelaios, Gogaz, Nerdin, and Mikul. So, good amounts. And he sort of looks, that's the last my big healing there. Let's see exactly how much oomph we got. Alright, that is all of the NPC's turns. Vakhuil.
They're still poisoned, right?
Belanor and Pelaios, yes.
Yay.
Is there any way I can get to Belanor? Like, can I push these out of the way without losing an action?
Technically, it would be an action to push, so. Poisoned, yes, but it doesn't look as harmed as he was as before.
Can I get here at all? Like, is this a place where
Yeah,
I can stand?
yeah, you can. You'll be able to get there. Pretty much, you're just going to be hopping up on the wheel, or around the wheel-ish.
He'll be almost as tall as a normal dwarf, huh?
Okay, well, time to take two hits.
2 attacks of opportunity.
Oh, good. Well, the first one will definitely hit. Just 8 damage?
Just 8.
I mean, you could
And
offer to let the
that's
Valet
a-
take a free hit at you as well if you wanted.
that's a 10 DC Constitution save, right?
Yes, DC 10. Con save. Yep. You keep the shield.
That's
I'm
right,
gonna it won't heal him, but I'm gonna take 5 points out of my lay on hands pool to neutralize the poison on Pelaios.
Pelaios, with the lay on hands healing touch of Vakhuil, you no longer feel the poison coursing through your veins.
I like this idea. I sort of shake my head clear, and in the sort of way that you do when you sort of vaguely regain some semblance of functionality.
And just so people remember what Pelaios just saw, which he's probably not too keen about, is he saw 5 little dragons go inside of his body.
I was poisoned. You don't know what I did or didn't say. I mean, realistically, having been poisoned, I was more likely to see 5 shiny dragons. Let's be
I was
honest.
about to say, was it 5 little dragons or 5 little dragons becoming one big dragon to go into him? Because funky
No,
effects.
it was 5. It's 5 little dragons going.
5 little dragons
What
just
was
going
there?
around his head before into his face.
What was there and what I saw could have been 2 very different things.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
He sort of shakes his head, slightly confused as to what he may or may not have been saying, and slightly questioning whether it was real. Thank you. I think.
You're welcome. Now, let's take care of these. Is that an action or is that a bonus action?
That is an action to use lay on hands.
Okay, that's my turn then.
Which you said, Gogaz face axed one of the 2 dark elves next to the bottom one, yeah?
That one. Quite correct.
I'm going to start muttering fairly piss-offedly in Infernal, because that's just sort of a thing I do. And then, no longer being all completely screwed up by poison, I am going to expend... Wait, let me just check this. A single sorcery point. I am going to twin cast Witch Bolt at
Alright.
the other one that isn't being damaged, but one above me, and
Yep.
the one nearest me that's in front of Belanor.
Okay, those 2. 2 arcs there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Make the attack rolls.
Right, let's mark this off before I forget, because it's me, and forgetting is definitely a thing. And that's 1 sorcery point. Cool. So, witch bolt. Number 1.
That'll hit. First one.
I'm going to assume that's the one nearest me, directly above.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just roll the damage on that for now.
Yep.
For the first time, that's a 6.
Ooh.
And
hold up. That is technically a spell attack roll, and you are... It is a melee thing, so, let's count that as the bottom one.
motherfucker.
Gotta remember that, ranged and,
Yeah, whatever. That's fair. I mean, 17 still hits on that one. If we're counting that as the first pair of rolls for the first one. I assume 17 still hits. Any questions?
Yeah, 17 still hits, yeah.
Good, so that's I hit the top one, that's nice. And let me turn the disadvantage. No, wait, the other one isn't a disadvantage because it's actually at a sensible distance. So let's do this time. 16?
16 hits.
To hit that one. Yeah. And yes, cast at level 1, thank you. And that does 3 lightning damage. So 6 to one of them, 3 on the other, and I am now concentrating. And I should probably end my turn. Actually, is there anything? No, there's nothing else I can do because bonus action is also concentration. End turn.
Alright, just half a tick, verifying something.
Plot twist: the Dark Elves all have immunity to lightning damage. It's the way he says 1 sec verifying something, and everyone just quietly starts shitting themselves.
It's where I go, hey, I wonder if there's actually poison on the swords. Anyway.
I can't remember what symbol I was using to indicate I was concentrating. Not that it particularly matters, but now it's bugging me because I can't remember.
Alright, action verified. Now for this other silliness.
Is anyone else concerned?
Yes. When he says other silliness, I'm concerned.
I'm concerned.
I brought a few French Pelaios.
Thanks.
Getting overcrowded here.
You know, it'd be really great if I could survive for 2 Constitution saves. I'm probably going to have to make an amendment.
Alright, let's go with the stab on Lisana first, since there's only 1 there.
There's only 1 there. Oh, that's so cheerful.
Nope.
Right, a 7 doesn't hit?
No, it doesn't. A bit low. Let's see, then we'll do the 2 on Belanor.
Then what do I get killed?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Can they not once roll, like, shitty on Belanor? Is that, like, not an option?
My whole 20 and 20, 25, well, it is intact. Oh, come on. That's just taking the piss.
Then, no wait, that's 12 damage.
Do you
Like,
have...
literally all the healing he just got is gone again.
Not all of it. He
Literally,
was at
yes.
1 hit point before.
No, literally all
Well,
of it.
I mean,
I
fair.
was at 9.
Oh, yeah.
I was at 9
like
when Maple killed me.
Ah, here we are. Time for 3 attacks on Vakhuil.
Oh, good.
I'm fine with this, personally.
No. No.
Ooh,
Yes.
Yes.
3 damage. And a con save.
No con save. This is the short swords.
But he took damage and he still got Shield of Faith.
Oh yes,
I
the
took
Shield of
damage.
Faith, yeah. Duh. Hurdy-gurdy.
You can retcon poison them onto him if you want to. We won't
Okay.
like you, but...
Well, he
Oh.
would have advantage on the save anyway, so...
Dave can make his con saves.
Yes, he can make his con saves. And now for you to get stabbed, Pelaios.
Yeah, no doubt. Natural. What the fuck?
You should stop saying this stuff.
And he's down.
What the fuck
Nice.
is my life?
You had to.
Jinxing yourself.
I'm not
Say
dead. I have to make a con save, but I'm not dead, and it's a con save against 11, yeah? Oh, finally
It would be, it's half damage or 10, whichever's higher. But you make it.
But
The Witch Bolt stays.
That's nice. Fucking... God damn it. Why do I ever talk?
Don't wish poor things on yourself, because that's when it
It will
happens.
happen.
It's necessary to wish poor things on myself, otherwise the entire foundation of this channel collapses.
No?
Alright, time for bullets.
Gogaz is about to get very pissed off at me for bringing all these drow over here.
Probably. Oh dear.
And
least
it
you're
is
not
only, yeah. At least it's only Nerdin who's getting hit a lot.
It's fine, Nerdin's basically alive still. He says. It's gonna be 50 something damage. I wasn't actually that
Close.
far off.
Nerdin is looking quite hurt now. Very quite hurt.
No shit.
I think there's more people that are looking very hurt.
Round 4.
I
I'm
think at
going
this point,
to cast-
Belanor and Pelaios have blood all over them.
I'm going to cast Charm Person on the drow in front of me.
Ooh.
Alright. What's the DC I'm looking at?
Give me a second to find that.
If you press the button, it should put it straight into. Ooh, not that button. Well,
Wisdom
yes.
saving throw. Okay. Ooh. Almost sneezed there, which I did. Alright, so it will have advantage because you are fighting it. Additionally, because it is a drow, it would have advantage on the save against being charmed. But, we'll just see. What's our DC we're looking at?
Go to the spells tab and look what the spell DC is.
Yeah. If you click it, it should paste it straight into the actual spellcast event. Should
No,
paste straight into chat.
Not with spells like these.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your spell
Should
save
be
at
kind of
top.
up the top, should say like DC at the top, yeah.
Uh, 12.
Looking for a less than 12.
Rocky, that was not less than 12.
That was not less than 12. Let me retry that roll because the math was not right. Alright, 18 still. So it does save against being charmed.
I tried.
And it's probably now extremely pissed off. Oh no.
I tried!
It's fine, Lisana's actually hard to hit as opposed to the two walking corpses over here.
Not wrong.
Fairly sure that's all I can do, right?
What's your armor class? It's unless you have bonus action.
17, I think.
See, Lisana's actually hard to hit. Also, Vixie doesn't comment on how the roll against her is going to be a critical 20.
Okay, wait.
Well, at least you made enough second characters.
Yeah, there is that.
Valid.
I have 8 characters total so far. I have to write a few more backstories. I have 3 ready. The spares.
Clarification. That's all I can do, correct?
That is correct. Belanor.
Do rangers get the second attack feature? Is that a thing?
Once they get the right level.
Okay.
to here.
Is it at 5?
Yeah, 5,
Yes,
yes.
at 5.
Belanor, what are you doing?
Oh, you meant at 5 for the second attack.
Yeah, extra
Yeah.
attack is generally around 5th level for certain characters.
Much I can do, but
I mean, you have a pretty scimitar you just bought.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That not much I can do, but try to slice one of them. Which one is the most wounded?
The one directly to the left of you.
So this one.
Yes.
Yeah, making sure I remember correctly. Then, considering my state right now, I will be trying to slice this one. Let's see if we can have Dracula. It didn't click. It did click. No, we can't.
Ugh. You're not used to the weight and the balance of that scimitar quite yet by the looks of it.
Yep, that's way new. I assume that takes all I can do. So, I will pay in my turn here. And dying the next.
Miko looking at me, walking to Pelaios, taking all the fucking drow with me. He's probably looking at me like, what an idiot.
You think he wasn't thinking that before?
Are you talking right now, Rocky?
No, I was just doing some measuring, figuring out what specifically Miko will be doing.
Okay.
Killing everything.
Yeah, hopefully.
Mm.
Fire off a nuclear bomb of a spell.
To wit, he will actually be getting towards the cart, taking the attack of opportunity from the Violet.
Ouch.
Ooh. It's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It is a fair amount of damage, but once he does get there, you see him speak a few words, and dwarven spirits begin to fly around him, all wielding hammers and shields, and in a big area 15 feet around him.
I like that idea.
Vakhuil.
Wait, the other dwarves don't do anything?
Ah, thank you for reminding me. The other dwarves will do things.
They're staring at the shiny prettiness. It's super effective.
Oh.
Alright, Nerdin will crit.
Would be nice if all of them would crit.
Imagine if actually all of them are quit. That would have been amazing.
Alright, and Gogaz will hit. So let's start with Gogaz first. Alright, that's the rest of the dwarves. Oof.
I'm gonna attack this one. Let's see if I can hit his feet. Can I hit his feet?
No, he is definitely pretty quick.
So is it an action to
Attacking is
drop-
an action.
No, is dropping concentration an action or a bonus action, or can I just do it?
I believe it's
You can just
thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much free to drop concentration on a spell, yeah.
I'm gonna drop concentration on Shield of Faith. And I'm gonna bonus action Compelled Duel on this guy. I believe I can do that.
I think that is correct. Yeah, pretty much just casting another concentration spell drops the previous anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Compel Duel on that guy.
Alright, I'm just seeing if this is a... Well, it's not a charm, so... Let's see the wisdom save.
Please don't roll high.
I like that sound.
Oh, I got it!
You got it.
You attempt to compel a creature into a duel. One creature you can see within range will make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you compelled by your divine demand. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space more than 30 feet away from you. If it succeeds on this saving throw, the spell doesn't restrict the target's movement for that turn. The spell ends if you attack any other creature, if you cast a spell that targets a hostile creature other than the target, if a creature friendly to you damages the target or casts a harmful spell on it, or if you end your turn more than 30 feet away from the target.
Blah blah blah.
Blah, basically.
TLDR 4 things are now attacking me. And that's the end of my turn.
Pelaios.
I'm gonna use my action to just maintain fuck you on all of the things. So let's do it as... Let's just do that.
And that cost me a spell slot, right?
Let's say 8 to the top one and 12 to the bottom one, because top to bottom, whatever.
Okay, well, guess what?
Both of them?
Both of them.
Oh,
Well,
yes!
Well,
Vengeance is
Compel
mine!
Duel.
Nice.
Compel Duel was too much, but it was just in case.
Technically, I did damage to target, to be fair, but yeah. Doesn't matter, I killed it outright. It's fine. That worked, and that spell ends because it's no longer targeting anything. I am no longer concentrating. Yay.
Now, if you can do something about this one.
Now if you could only do something as a bonus action.
I can do something as a bonus action, but it doesn't have any useful effect this turn. Fuck it, I'm gonna cast Shadowblade again. Just to summon it, and have it ready for next turn. So,
Alright.
the solid darkness sword, whatever, reappears in my hand. And I just sort of hold it there in a vaguely defensive sort of, oh shit, please don't shoot me and put me to sleep again sort of way. And I need to press the button. Oh.
Alright, all the Dark Elves need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wait, is it becoming daytime?
It was like early evening before the sun had just set. We haven't been fighting that long. We've been fighting 24 seconds.
Yeah, but why would they all need to make a wisdom saving throw?
Because of the spirit guardians that Mikul cast.
Oh.
fighting in D&D takes long, but not that long, Dave.
That's a good 8 hours of combat, which is broken down into 6
That
seconds
is,
round is a really long fight.
That is
Couldn't
4
they-
failed saves.
Couldn't they make these rolls when I tried to force them to fight with me?
They should have made this also when they were attacking.
Bad.
That's another issue.
And they will all take 23 damage as the Spirit Guardians whirl about in their radiant way, and
Well, that just happened.
yeah, and then one's going to try to stab Lisana again. Actually,
Didn't he-
no. Seeing the
Didn't he-
rest of his compatriots starting to perish, he pulls a whistle from inside his collar. There is a long pause as your ears tingle a bit, and the soldier begins to disengage.
Lisana would get an attack of opportunity if she wanted to.
No, it's a disengage.
Oh,
It
sorry,
is a
yeah,
disengage,
does
yeah.
Does not prompt things, yes.
Free interact with the whistle, disengage action, and then movement towards some of the holes, yes. The Bullets all turned their heads when they heard that whistle and start rushing towards the Dark Elf. Leaping in great bounds. And once at the soldier, he grabs onto the collar of one, and they all burrow fast. And I think that is where combat ends, and we take our break before we reconvene and figure out what the heck is going on.
Well, that was
That makes sense.
a good hour and 15 minutes for 24 seconds of combat.
Right.
D&D
Yes,
combat,
about 30 seconds of combat can take 2 hours, and you can pass by a whole month in 3 seconds in D&D. It's
Yep.
inverse
Yeah.
time dilation.
That sounds about right. So yeah, we're gonna go and do the break thing for like 24 seconds.
So
um,
the raid is finished. You're back on the road. Everyone is looking a pretty worse for wear, and both Mikul and I believe it was I forget the guy's name. Gogaz. I believe it was Gogaz. Gogaz go around to do some healing.
Me too. I want to cast Cure Wounds on Belanor and give Pelaios the rest of my lay on hands, which is 10.
Go right on ahead.
So Pelaios gets
Ain't gonna still
10
poison
hit
that
points,
guy.
10 hit points.
and Belanor gets this. It's not much, but that's all I can do.
In fairness, I can do the same and should probably do the same.
Oh, I probably
I mean, I can help too.
Wait a second. I need to retcon that a second. I need to do that the other way around.
I feel
Is
so
that okay with you, Rocky?
I do have Cure Wounds as well.
I don't.
No, the reason the reason why I need to do this the other way around is because Belanor is now also not poisoned anymore.
No, that does make sense. Up to Rocky,
I mean, unless we do it the other way around, I am still poisoned.
No, you are not poisoned anymore because I used lay on hands on you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, kitty. Cookies aren't for you.
The DM is currently distracted by a cat. Please hold. Normal service will be resumed.
There
shortly.
is a cat in my lap who is trying to slowly reach for my plate to get a cookie.
You really need to get your internet sorted so we can put face cams on to watch this.
I mean, technically works, but it's I do not have a good room.
Just point the camera at the cat. Nobody will look at the room.
It's called the DM's room. It does never look as good. It's filled with DM goods.
Pretty much. I mean, I got myself settled where a dining room usually is. So I'm like right next to the kitchen and living room, and there she goes. Off my chair and off my lap.
Anyway, so Dave was busy retconning his previous actions.
Yeah.
Which means how much was
Yep,
that?
5 healing for Belanor, and the poison is gone.
No, it was 10 for Belanor and 5 for Pelaios.
Yes, but you expend from the pool in order to remove from the
It doesn't
Oh, do you?
as well.
from the yeah.
Oh.
So it's
It is
healing to
either
both
or.
of us, 5 healing to both of us, and Belanor is no longer poisoned.
Okay.
Correct.
But so yeah, the other way around. Yeah.
Well, lad, you got yourself a bit of an idea of why we're needed to go through these caravans and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But the Kryn, why would they want to attack? Yeah, why would they want to attack us when we're just transporting goods to Bladegarden?
I have never encountered them before. That was uncomfortable.
Aye, they can be quite brutal.
Is it possible that they're trying to stop goods to get there?
Entirely possible. We are transporting weapons, armor, supplies to Bladegarden for them just to be used in the war effort along the front line at some of the, at the pass.
The fact that they can go underground to show up all the way here is kind of dangerous. It means they can easily get past the front lines whenever they want.
Though this does look like a very small strike force, though, so they can't exactly do that a lot. And given, how close we are, it's only such a distance within.
It still means they can get past the gates of Bladegarden
Aye.
without us knowing.
You mean nothing.
Aye. While they may try to slip past the gate, they would still be isolated after. If they held the gate, then they'd have the way to their own land. And be able to slowly push with reinforcements easily available.
Well, what if they come from the front and the back at the same time?
Pincer movement's very deadly, though, given the situation. That seemed just like a smaller strike force. They looked like very simple soldiers, and they just happened to have a very specific way.
Bladegarden is full of soldiers. There's no good way even a decently sized force would take the city. Without
It would take a siege for something like that. But I think we should just assess the damages we got, heal up where you can, and we'll try to get back onto the road to Bladegarden.
Are we going to keep going, or can we take a rest? Because all of us are kind of...
I mean, it's...
It's pretty much
So...
it's pretty much evening time, so this will be the rest.
Okay, So
Good.
long rest it is.
I strongly approve of long rest.
Yeah. Long rest.
Someday I will actually hit something.
Yeah.
I
Bit of
have
a
actually,
Schrodinger situation.
I have actually never played a game where I've missed this many attacks.
That's quite true, but then again, you weren't pure defensive in those games.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
I mean, how many games have you played that you've got this far through where you haven't gone unconscious or otherwise been grievously wounded?
I mean, the only times I've only really gone unconscious in games with Rocky is where I go too meta and my build becomes too ridiculous that Rocky is just like, okay, you're gonna die now.
Well, when you have an elf with a gun.
I think he's killed me twice now.
Lol.
I mean, it was an elf with a gun that had advantage on basically every attack that could do like 10 attacks in a single turn. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot. And not just with advantage, with super advantage.
Yeah, and what was it again? It was I had no disadvantage from like 900 range or some dumb shit like that.
Some dumb shit like that.
That sums up Dave in a nutshell, isn't it? Some dumb shit like that.
But there would be, some rest for that. Before everyone does get down for the evening, I require perception checks from everybody.
Oh, good. The one thing I'm totally good at.
Sure.
Not.
Watch you roll a 20. Go on. Do it.
No.
That still begins with a T.
Why is that a disadvantage?
Because I forgot to unclick.
That's a 24.
Let's try that again.
Well, that's a 24, the first dice.
I mean, can't she just keep the 24?
Yeah,
That
the
would be
first
nice.
the first roll, the 24, yes. Still need Belanor's perception.
Yeah, I had to click it twice.
There's our one.
You
He's
had
from the
natural
players.
20, it just wasn't on the character that you thought it was going to be.
Ah. Gracious.
Can't
Come
find
on, you
it.
people.
Have a good roll.
Okay, so it is both Lisana and Belanor. Give me a moment. I have to sneeze again. What is with this? Apparently don't have to sneeze anymore. It's gonna sneak up on me later. But both Lisana and Belanor actually hear some very quiet talking inside one of the carts. What languages do you both know? Fun fact, you can actually click on your languages in Roll20 and post them into the chat so we can see what everybody knows. Okay, it is in a language you both do not understand. But, it's
I'm
two
still
separate
going
voices.
over and ask if anyone hears anything to make sure I'm not going crazy.
Would I be able to tell if it's a... Would I be able to recognize the language is what I'm trying to ask.
Just give me a general intelligence check.
Intelligence. Why am I blind?
Just a flat intelligence, just intelligence check. Just press the int button.
On the left side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm blind. I was cloned on the other side.
Yes, you recognize the language as that of the halflings.
Interesting.
Okay.
Not where I thought that was going.
Same, kinda. So I guess recognizing that it is halfling speech, well, I do not understand the language. I do share with the rest of the party that I am speaking said chatter. And that it's
Do any of
coming
the
from one
other
of
dwarves hear that?
Well, I'm pretty sure you're just they're doing their own thing with
They have their camp, we have our camp.
recuperating. Yeah, two separate camp things. Your party, their party, etc.
It's inside of the cart, right?
It's inside one of the carts. Yes.
I'm not gonna go look because I will cut immediately.
Like I said,
Do we know which card?
yeah, and how
The middle cart. Yes.
are we basically
Okay,
camped
that's
at
what I wanted to ask.
Are we basically camped at either end where they sat on the ground right next to the middle cart?
Pretty much, it's like near the forward cart, near the back cart, so within view of all the carts.
Rocky,
Easy. Yeah?
Question about my relationship with Mikkel. Do I trust him with my life? Like, in every way?
That is up to you, but he's mostly been a bit of a pain in your butt as of recently, but depending upon this particular experience, that's up to you.
Guys,
Your backstory.
I know it's weird to hear something in the cart, but if we're not sure what it is, maybe we should ask them, because it's their carts. We shouldn't take this upon ourselves.
I kind of agree with that, but should someone stay here just in case something happens while we're getting their attention?
Is anyone against me asking Mikkel why we hear halfling in there?
No, all for it.
Seems reasonable.
Okay. You guys stay here, I'll go over to them. I walk over to Mikkel and just whisper into his ear, we hear halfling coming from the middle cart.
There's a pause and he looks over. It's like, they must be getting a little restless. You can give a knock on the back of the cart, and he sort of gives like a set of 3 taps followed by 2 after on your plate. Just give him that knock.
Okay, I'll do that knock on the cart.
And when you do that, the sort of back cloth is open up, and you are met with 2 halfling faces. Oh,
Lisana's
well,
going to say hi.
ain't it quite?
Well, have you followed it off? Because we didn't follow him. At the moment, we're still at our camp. Dave's facing off against 2 halflings who are probably still both taller than him.
He came back.
They both seem to be, in some sort of small little battle gear themselves, but it looks a bit more flashy than the practical gear. And they sort of poke their heads out, like, "Oh, can we come out now? Are we all good?"
I mean, we're all good. You can come and sit with the rest.
Oh, good. And they both hop out. Actually, quite stylistically. One of them sort of does a little flip as they come up. The other one just sort of leans over and sort of curls their body over to get to the bottom of the ground while still holding onto the back of the cart. And they see 2 fires, like, which one? And they see sort of the dwarves there, and then you guys there. It's like,
Well, you can choose. You can either sit with the dwarves who are all soldiers, or you can sit with the adventurers with me who have interesting stories.
Stories are good, and we're usually around soldiers a bit too much, so we'll come over that way.
Okay.
I'm Tim.
Tim and Terry.
Sorry, what was your names?
Tim and Tem.
Tim and Tem.
Tim, yes.
I'm Vakhuil.
Definitely an interesting name.
And I'll take them to the rest of the party.
And with the rest of the party, you see a couple of soldier-looking halflings. One with a pair of daggers, the other with a shield and sword on their back. Sort of like this sort of mix between sort of leathers and chain.
You said it was relatively ornate, sort of looking whatever fancy armor. Do we recognize the? Is it like particular style of armor? Do we immediately recognize it as something?
It seems to be like an amalgamation of various empirical armors. It's pretty much just like, these guys are from the Empire.
Okay.
And that's it.
So it's Tim and Tem, right?
Tim
There's
and
two-
Tem.
Okay, I'll introduce Tim and Tem to the rest of the party. So, this is Tim. This is Tem. I don't know what they do or why they're with us, but they're with us.
Names written in the chat. Tim and Tem.
Oh, I wrote it as Tim and Tam.
I heard Tim
Tim,
as
Tim.
well.
Tim Tem.
Hi.
Oh, definitely pleasure. Pleasure, very good.
Hi.
So what's on the grub? We're definitely a bit starved after being stuck back there for a while.
Is there anything special I can make or could have made?
Not quite too really, you've mostly just got your rations. But you said
Okay.
adventurers, you've got stories. Do tell.
Pelaios is this better talker. I just
he
take
is
hits.
indeed.
Really?
You can always tell them the story about how everyone met and had to deal with the automaton.
Yeah. I tell that story very slowly because I keep stuttering and stammering my way through it
Mm-hmm.
with minor embellishments. Yeah, and I will completely omit the presence of the bounty hunter we rescued.
Okay, can you give me a performance check just for the storytelling?
Fuck. I was really expecting that to go to deception or persuasion. I'll take a 17.
Same, honestly.
I'll take a 17 for a 20.
A story is a performance of sorts. It's a bit of truth, a bit of lying, but it's mostly for entertainment. That's why it's performance. And they both seem to be, nodding along and listening.
With a pile of stammers. Oh, and then, yeah.
Oh, definitely real good stuff.
Why did I decide to
Good
roll
story.
the highest charisma character and give him a fucking stammer?
I mean, that is your choice entirely. Well, that's definitely a good story. We generally tell very different kinds of stories. Tim and Tem, we are also known as the Morale Pals. We go and entertain the soldiers around various points. So, and they sort of both stand up with Tem, the one with the daggers, doing a little flip and standing on Tim's shoulders. And, we usually have a little bit of help here. Sometimes, doing a few performances for the soldiers. Actually, you all might actually do very well. I mean, would you like to help us on stage when we get to Blade Garden?
What is my performance?
Oh, no. It's
Profession is your charisma modifier.
I mean, it's going to just be some little small mock battles, but, just embellishing it, the Empire fighting the Kryn, and some other little small antics here and there. Just, little banter back and forth, something to
I'm
raise
down,
the spirits of
honestly.
the soldiers and to give them a laugh.
I don't know that I'd be very good at that.
Well,
You should
I mean,
still do it. you did.
I mean,
fairly
you've got
well in the
magic,
story.
you've got flair. You can give some nice little exceptions. I mean, how often do you
maybe.
see, someone with, powers that are able to, create flames and all that? So, it's pretty cool.
Did you say flames?
Oh no.
Lisana is just going to smack him upside the back of the head.
Just suddenly, did you say flames? Oh, wow. That's not what I expected to break me. Okay.
I say in dwarven, just loud enough so the soldiers can hear it too. Why is it always with you and the flames?
I mutter something to myself in Infernal, which is broadly along the lines of fucking pyromaniac. Yeah.
I'm too busy laughing to respond.
I mean, maybe.
Why do I feel like I'm gonna have to carry an extra water skin with you people?
Just one extra?
Multiple extra.
Tim, or Tam, may I ask a question? Why
Go right on ahead.
why were you hiding in the cart?
Well, they give sort of their armor a bit of a clank. This isn't exactly, military grade, and we're not exactly fighters. We're performers who just happen to, be able to perform sort of things that look like fighting.
So I see. So yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Wait, how long have they been in the cart without us knowing about it? Like how many days?
12 days.
The entire way, yeah. About enough. Pretty much they got in at Grimgaleer.
Lisana's gonna look over at Belanor and ask him how he missed out on it since he was riding it in the cart.
And how he basically looked straight through
On
trees half
the
the
cart,
time.
yeah. It's pretty much, they were in, they were stashed in the cart somewhere, behind. They had a nook they were hiding in.
Can I get up
And
and
they
go
were,
can I get up and go and search for cart we're near?
I mean,
On the
if
basis
you'd like.
of just to double check for on any other random halflings lying around in the carts or
Go for
whatever.
investigation, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna go
They
well.
were very quiet. I was
I'm
spending the time talking to Nico.
I find literally nothing.
You find no other halflings.
You find a trap that blows up in your face.
Yeah. I find no other halflings and completely look past the orc assassins which are hiding in there or something, I don't know. I wasn't searching for orcs, I was searching for halflings because that's what I said I was looking for.
No other halflings as you happen to sort of look around, just moving various heavy crates and barrels to the side.
You looked an orc in the face and you said, "That's not a halfling."
Right?
Yeah, no, I mean, the war effort can be pretty taxing, I mean, sometimes, soldiers get little to no joy out there and they are just taxed and taxed and taxed. And we're here for morale. So we go and we sort of put on a show for them, give them a little laugh, a little light, because sometimes it's the last smile they may ever have.
So, there's a little thing I could help you with if you make a story that involves dragons.
We don't do dragon stories. We're, war stories, war effort stories.
I could make a little dragons fly around if you want that.
I mean, you know, it. We can give you sort of a basic overview of what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be sort of more like it'll be me and Tam and I, and pretty much we'll probably have a couple of you on our side for the Empire, and they usually have a couple folks over in Blade Garden that are good for the performing stuff, and we could probably get a couple of you as sort of the Kryn side as well. And it's just going to be like a little mock battle between the four of us, but a lot of quips, a lot of reinforcing messages, a lot of fun stuff.
I don't want to play the bad guy.
Well, that'll depend upon who's available and how many folks we got.
Okay. That you can see for the first time Vakhuil being actually like nervous about having to possibly play a bad guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it stems like completely against everything he believes in.
That seems fair.
But yeah, that's kind of about how it's gonna go. I mean,
well, I'm willing to help. Is anyone else willing to help?
I mean, I was promised effect, but depends. If that promise is indeed to pass, then I am definitely willing to give you guys a hand. Hopefully.
I can help behind the scenes.
Well, don't worry. We'll be giving pretty much what's essentially dummy weapons, so it's not gonna hurt. It'll just like be they sort of dig through and sort of Tim pulls like a dagger and just sort of gives it a throw at Vakhuil, and it goes eek, as it hits. It's just mostly cloth, but it's got a very good job with some of the other stuff like that.
I pick up the dagger-looking thing, and I just poke it against my finger, and I'm just like,
It is, yeah. It's while solid, it's not sharp, despite it looking so. It's just painted really well.
I give it back.
While everyone else is distracted, Lisana's gonna sneak behind Vakhuil and try to steal Baja for a few minutes.
Why are you trying to steal? You will...
You have...
She wants to play with the dragon, okay?
Just ask.
No.
Just ask.
Let's see. I'll need a little bit of persuasion from you, Lisana, just to convince Baja to be well. With a 15, there's just
what are the stats of Baja?
Literally on your character sheet.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, charisma of 10. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's sort of the approving chirping squeak from the little dragon. From the little pseudo dragon.
Oh, and Lisana can actually talk to the dragon in a language it likes, because Lisana speaks Draconic.
I mean,
yes.
Baja can't speak.
Do I still have any feathers left over from the hippogriff we fought?
I believe you might, actually.
Can I craft those into a toy for Baja?
I'm pretty sure with some extra string and a stick, you can pretty much put together a feather line.
I'm going to do that then.
Feathers on a stick. To it you get the jumping and pouncing of a small thing, yes.
I am turning your pseudo dragon into a cat, yes.
Oh,
a cat that can fly. A cat that can fly, and every once in a while will pounce over in order to try to get the stinger to hit the feathers instead.
I'm gonna shout over to Baha. Baha, I know you don't do this often, but give her a little communication of whether you like this or not.
There's a bit of a pause as, stops and gives a look at Lisana, a head, bit of a tilting, and you don't get sort of exact words, but you sort of get the feeling of, the feeling of the feeling of warmth and enjoyment, sort of like that idea expressed.
In your head.
Yeah, telepathically, you're sort of receiving these emotions and feelings as the dragon looks at you.
And in true cat style, it's "You may continue to amuse me, human."
Yes.
Yes, that is
like
exactly how it is. Anything else for Tim, Tem, any other asks? Because they're pretty much just sort of giving you sort of an idea of what's kind of going on in the world, the war effort, what's been going on, and sort of why they're doing what they're doing.
I've got nothing.
What made you decide to do this?
Well, we've always been performers of a sort, and, seeing the folks who usually have the hardest time to actually take a moment, have a breath, have a smile, that's tough, but if you can do it, it's very worth it.
That makes sense.
And to be fair, we're better on the stage of a play than the stage of battle.
By the way, Rocky, I'm gonna give Baha a gold coin.
Oh boy.
No, you're not
Just
getting that
one.
back.
Okay, gold coin is gone. As he takes the coin, scuttles into the bag, there's a lot of shuffling about, and eventually crawls back out of the bag. Going back to the feather toy. And eventually the evening will pass, Baha will curl back into the bag, as there is... Ooh, I need to get to the big map. Big map time!
Big map!
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm gonna go and find the
Okay,
big map.
zoom all the way. Zoom all the way out. Wait for it to load.
Maybe we'll be ready next time.
If we're lucky. Yeah, let me get this picture open. We are... approaching Blade Garden now, yeah? Because I'm looking at a different map.
Well, it looks like we're in Blade Garden now.
Oh, that
It's
works.
it's about 3 days till you get into Blade Garden proper. And it is quite the city. There is, it is various impressive halls, sprawling barracks, at various ends of the city. While a little drab, it's a bit of an oval settlement, various walls, but you see and hear the clattering of swords and shields as folks train, as they know that there is, they have to every once in a while go to the garrisons and see about, getting everything there. But there is they're trying to do as well as they can, as the scuffles with the Kryn escalate, and there is a growing amount of dragonborn refugees that you see around the place as well.
Oh, good.
But you're pretty much given a sort of small tour, shown where they're loading off the supplies to restock, and the open area that the stage is beginning to be set up in. It's a pretty good sized board, something set up at the back so that you could still have a backstage, a few stairs to get up to it, and some seating that looks like it would hold a fair amount of folks. Now, the performance isn't until sort of later in the day, so we'll have, torches around just for the nice lighting. And since, Kryn always attack around sort of like that darker time, so we'll be doing sort of just a bit after sunset. We do have, we got scripts. We kind of got, ideas of what's going to be happening here. Scripts and routines, Tim and I will, it's mostly, it's an acrobatic, comedic fight routine kind of thing. And let's see. We're going to see exactly who's available at the moment here. And they disappear off for a little bit, giving you some time to sort of just have a look around the place as you'd like before they would come back.
Is there still Dragonborn around here?
There is, not in the city proper, but the refugees are sort of more around the outskirts. You see sort of mostly humans, half-orcs, and orcs.
Actual orcs. Okay.
Orcs, yes. These are from the Otakar orc clan, which, they are fervent fighters for, in Western Winnedeer.
They're totally not halflings.
So it's mostly humans, orcs, and half.
And half-orcs, with a few various others sort of coming in, but there are some, pockets of dragonborn refugees here and there. Some who have taken up to train, some who are just trying to survive. And attempt to join the military.
I kind of want to walk over to some Dragonborn and see how Baha reacts to them.
Upon seeing some, he kind of does retreat into the bag. Curious eye, but doesn't want to be fully out.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, because these are mostly Revenites.
Those are the ones without tails, right?
Yes, the ones with no tails, but are big and strong looking, correct.
Okay. I'm just gonna sit down somewhere and feed Baha some meat.
Mm-hmm. And eventually it would get back. Tim was like, okay, so we've got us, we've got you four, and they've only got a couple here. Taller fellow and shorter fellow. So we're going to have to get in another little bit of the extra tall and short. As Tim points at Belanor, would you be good with wearing something over what you wear?
Wearing something?
Yeah, just sort of like, as they come out and they hold out this robe that's very dark and has, like sort of stitched in spiders every once in a while on it.
Oh, yes.
And of course, they also hold up a white wig and this.
Yeah, I figured as much.
I mean, the elf playing at Kryn is not, like, surprising to anyone.
And
No,
then
not particularly.
Tim sort of sidles over to you. It's like, I know you said you didn't want to, but we kind of need a second pairing. And, well, He sort of just holds up a bit of a flaming red wig with like an overly, way too big, fiery orange-red beard. We kind of need someone else to play another dwarf.
Okay. Just this once.
Yeah, pretty much. All you got to do is just like, shove people a little bit, maybe with your shield. Fall over when folks are tripped. We it's like we got the routine. Here, this is kind of what it is.
I'm gonna.
All
it's a yes,
authority.
but you'll see in my face that I'm clearly not happy with it.
And they look at you like, that is exactly the expression we want. We want you to look sour.
Well, that's what you're gonna get.
I just raise an eyebrow at him and still just look generally vaguely nervous. It's a big arena. I was uncomfortable in a house full of just the dwarf sisters and parents and.
I mean, from what they told us, you're just gonna be standing on the side doing special effects.
Oh no, he's gonna be there, acting as a war mage kind of deal.
Rip.
The stage is about 70 feet across-ish.
Well, this is going to be fun.
Lisana's gonna walk over to one of the two halflings and whisper, if you buy him alcohol, he'll be a lot happier about this.
Well, I'm sure, probably don't want to drink before a performance, all that, etc. But just, enjoy your time.
Afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. But definitely sort of go around, enjoy your time. It's, come back, read the sort of little routine there. Just, we've got the dummy weapons at the back, we've got a special little rod for our friend here that helps with show magic. So anything they do is pretty much more for flair than for actual hurting.
Damn.
Is there a place here that we can get coffee?
I'm sure there's a spot where you can get drinks.
Wait, you want coffee? Can I make the coffee?
Sure.
Would you like some more dwarven coffee?
I'm fine with this.
I thought Lisana liked coffee.
Yes, but
She
dwarven
does,
coffee's
she also likes being around people that she knows.
Yeah, dwarven coffee happens to be very earthy in taste, but if Vakhuil would like to make a coffee check.
It's the brewer supplies, right?
That is technically more cooking because you are just boiling bean water. Now, if you were making kombucha, that's entirely different.
It's really bad coffee.
How can you be that bad at literally boiling some water?
It's not the best coffee. Probably a little bit too much dirt.
Lisana's gonna drink it anyway and then wander off to find better coffee.
Without telling me it's bad. Oh.
Yes.
At least there's some kindness there. I forget what I was trying to look up all of a sudden. Wow.
Lol.
Oops.
I'm gonna just arbitrarily wander around the city in a it's not quite a tourist sort of way, but just to sort of look round and refresh my memory of having walked through here before.
Of course.
I'm gonna see if I can find a brewery who might want to teach me some tricks. Is there one?
I mean, is an army.
There is not. This is pretty much, an army training post kind of deal. Not going to be a lot of, amenities from other crazy places.
Okay.
Utilitarian is the word I think we're looking for.
They said no drinking before the play, right?
Yes, but they also only said that to Lisana, and you may or may not have heard.
Yeah, that conversation was in whispers.
So,
and she did not pass on this information.
So you don't know that.
So I'm gonna go to a bar, and don't get too strong alcohol, but it's okay.
A couple silver for some nice drink.
2 silver, you can.
And that's like multiple drinks over time,
Yeah, and I'm just gonna be trying not to get into a bar fight.
Pretty easy. Folks are just mostly a sort of downtime sort of point where some soldiers come in, have a drink, relax. It would be very big trouble if folks got into a bar fight. As you can see that, the folk who is running this area is about as big as some of the soldiers, if not bigger.
I mean, when on average the bouncers who will be breaking up the bar fight are orcs who will probably just punch everyone involved in the fight until they're unconscious. I'm making it up as I go along, but it seems like the simplest way to deal with it.
It's pretty much a point where, if you are a soldier here and you mess around, you're gonna no longer be a soldier here. Any other little bits or bobs from the other folk?
Is there any sort of archery training around here?
Why, yes, there is. There is a range.
Wait,
I'm going to go and train there.
Alright, going to just keep your shoulders limber, fingers quick, and as you are able to draw lots of arrows quite easily. There are pretty much you get a target, you get sort of like a quiver, and you make your firing, you go out, you pull up your arrows. Actually, not even then. After sort of you are done with your quiver, there is someone out there who actually goes, picks it up, sorts them, makes sure that they're all still in good shape, and brings them back. You gotta have someone low on the totem pole.
That's fair.
Gotta have a ball boy.
Can I find I don't know what to call it, messenger, post, courier office, whatever, something?
Yes.
I will write a note or a letter. It's not a particularly formal whatever. Addressed to...
Wish I weren't here.
Yeah, pretty much. Please can I be anywhere else? Addressed to Y Baker. At a particular inn in Zadash.
Mm-hmm.
Saying something pretty much. I have acquired what was requested. Sidetracked by strangers. No, by weirdos. I'm going to write all of this in Infernal, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the person I'm sending it to can speak Infernal or whatever, because I'm headcanoning more backstory as I go. That's the best way to do it. Sidetracked with weirdos. Will deliver as soon as possible. And I will sign it N.
Right.
And send that off to the aforementioned pub in Zadash.
Mm-hmm. Alright, thankfully construction of the stage occurs quite well as the sun begins to set. But I think given that it's going to be another bit of a strange, curious little bit of a performance that might take a little while, we might actually hold off and let that be the end of today's session, as you are eventually fetched by Tim and Tem to get ready. Get your wigs, get your outfits.
Sounds good.
Well, I'm totally casting Disguise Self as the first spell of the next stream.
Oh boy. But yeah, that's that.
Da, 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 da. Well, that all happened.
Well,
That was a good session.
That was something.
well, two people almost died 4 times this session.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
But it was 4 times and they still survived.
yeah.
Things getting scary, and you've had your first near deadly encounter with
I haven't.
With the Empire.
With the Empire, yeah. So,
with the Dynasty, yeah,
yeah.
Dynasty, yeah.
I was gonna say I came out of that comparatively well compared to that time with the kobolds.
Quite so, yeah.
Getting cited French.
The world is open and dangerous now.
That seems fair. Have I forgotten anything?
Not to my knowledge.
Probably is most likely answer. Well, yep, that's the thing. So, bye everyone. Thanks for coming.
See ya.
Bye.
Back another time,
Bye.
etc. Stuff. Laters.